Hello everyone and happy 2022. During the new year, we love to forget about our old, mostly failed, or at least for me, resolutions and focus on the new ones. And although it is good to stop feeling guilty about all those hours spent scrolling or watching stuff on social media that you'll never get back, it can still be quite nice to look back on the things we have achieved. So in this video, I'm going to be redrawing my first ever digital drawing, which I made exactly a year ago to see how much I've improved in 365 days. Before anything, I'm going to at least enjoy criticizing this painting that I considered good only a year ago. But if you do not enjoy some good old roasting, then I suggest you skip ahead to the painting part of the video. So, first thing that jumps up at me, these eyes. Oh my god, what the hell is going on here? Actually, I kind of remembered. It seemed to me like the best thing about digital art was to be able to select an eye, copy it, paste it, flip it, boom. Except that I didn't know how to flip the other eye horizontally. So instead of searching a tutorial like any normal person would do, my genius mind decided to copy the top eyelash thingy, rotate it and use it as the bottom one, and vice versa. I was determined to not draw the other eye. Anyways, I'm not even going to bother. Actually, I am. The nose, or how the eyebrows is thinner than the other. The wrinkles make no sense. And of course, I also had to ruin the anatomy with this very thin wrist that makes no sense, and the fact that there's a baby Voldemort coming out of her finger. Also, let me give you nightmares for the rest of the week. You're welcome, I know. Just look at her shoulder. This was not the only time this happened. I always forget and then mirror it when I'm finished, but then I'm too lazy to fix the anatomy, so I can never look at that painting the same way again. Look, just mirror the drawing. Just click him. It's not hard. Okay, but I'm beating up my old self pretty badly, so let's be positive and think of the beautiful aspects of these. Here's quite nice. I like the simplification of it, and it is also quite nice. Okay, but these buns though, they look like dumplings but with hair. The colors aren't that bad. I mean, at least I made the subconscious decision to contrast the cool bluish green with the warm yellow, even though I had no idea what I was doing or which colors I was using, so I guess that makes it stand out. Then again, I don't even know if that's a good thing since I didn't even bother with a background, so... You know what? Let's just get painting. My extremely original concept for this painting was literally bored girl with short dark hair and buns. I know, so original. And since I did not know how to even start, I decided to make use of another of the apparently awesome and cool and pro artist tricks of digital art.
Tracing.
I'm not even going to get into the ethics of tracing because that is a completely different discussion that depends on your art level as an artist and what you're tracing, blah blah blah. But all I'm going to say is that in my case it was wrong. I googled board girl drawing, literally, and then I pasted in the image and traced it. First of all, don't trace others' art. Just don't. They have created it and you have no right to take claim for someone else's work. And I'm mad at myself for doing that, but at least I didn't post it on social media and boast about it like I had done it. I just kept that drawing for myself until now, which still makes no exception, and I definitely learned my lesson. Using others' art as a reference is just not going to benefit your work, unless of course you're doing a study of an artist's work or implementing their style into your original drawing with, of course, giving credit to the artist or doing it as entertainment. I love redrawing scenes from movies and just copying that style, but never completely redraw someone's drawing and change a few details, but basically keep it the same if you are not going to give credit, which is exactly what I did. So this time I had learned my lesson and used an actual reference of a person, link in the description by the way, that looked bored and had buns in their hair. I obviously changed it up, but it was still a very good base for me to get my proportions mainly right, even though her face looks quite weird and her eyes are just not right. I don't know, I just feel like they could be better, but at least I tried this time. I didn't stylize too much, I just kind of made the eyes bigger and simplified a few things. In terms of originality, I definitely wanted to make this concept at least a little bit more interesting, so I added some glasses because why not? The reference had it, and made her hair kind of flowing in the wind. Since her background is yellow, yellow kind of gives me heat, beach, summer, sun, and since the reference has a drink next to her, I was inspired to draw her in like a beach cafe. So as you can see, the colors are now filled in and I was honestly despising the background at this point, so I decided to start all over again and draw the sky from an actual reference with the sunset on the sea. Honestly, best decision ever. The drawing looks so much better and I love the clouds and the sea. The people that were sitting in the chairs were too distracting for me and just kind of took the spotlight away from her a bit, so I decided to get rid of them entirely. As much as it looks better, story-wise it doesn't make any sense. I mean, this has nothing to do with the actual drawing. At least in the beach cafes that I've been, when it is sunset and it is nice and warm and the water is calm, it is absolutely packed with people eating, drinking, having dinner, having a snack. Every time I've gone to these places, it is hopeless to even find space. So it didn't make a lot of sense that it was empty, and also, if the sunset is that beautiful, why isn't she looking at it? So I made a backstory for her, and it might be mediocre and very boring, but it is better than Bored Girl with Buns. Okay, so she's a student doing her summer before university, working part-time in this summer cafe. She's working almost every day and is extremely fed up of the sun and the people and the blazing heat. Today they're on their shorter shift since the place closes up earlier, and she is just sitting there and is finally enjoying some silence, ignoring her co-worker who's shouting for her to come help him with the incoming order, and having a lemonade because she can and she will. Oh, and she's also wondering what the hell she's doing with her life and regretting her university choice. Because why not? I know, depressing and more boring than she is bored. But at least it explains why she's not looking at the sunset like a normal person who's in a beach cafe would, and why it is empty. Although, of course, nobody would have gotten the story if I hadn't just told you it, and the whole point of a drawing is to convey a story, or at least that's my opinion. So I guess next year I'm going to have to make the story more obvious in the drawing itself. After all that, I kind of just finished rendering her hair, face, shirt, etc. and added a nice rim light since the light is coming and lighting her up from behind. Sam does art do this and he is one of my favorite artists, so I was really inspired to try it onto my painting, and although it is far from perfect, at least I tried. In general, I am very proud of this. Yes, it is not perfect, and I know there are so many things that I could be better at, But right now, this is my art level. Next year, it will hopefully be a lot higher, and I will be able to redraw this again and make it even better. But for now, I'm proud of it, even though it has been a challenge, since I have struggled quite a lot with digital art in general this past year. I wanted to make all these beautiful artworks, but gave up way too soon to ever actually finish them, and it has really gotten me into tons of art block. But I now know that before I attempt bigger artworks, I need to focus on improving. So rather than making so many finished art pieces, my main art goal for this year is to make studies of anatomy, portraits, environments, and also of my favorite artist style. Get the basics down and go up from there. And honestly, I can't wait. I'll still be, of course, doing my best at finished pieces like this one or trying new supplies, but just trying to improve as much as I can. Thank you so much for watching and sticking with me for this video. Hopefully you will stick with me in the next few to come, and I wish you a very happy new year 2022, although this is like 2 weeks late, but still, who cares at this point. Also, I hope you make some beautiful art throughout this brand new year. I know I will. And yeah, have an amazing, wonderful day. Bye!